Okay, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
Let's go. 90, Wolf. Stop your body.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Operating from the gun, Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
I got you, punk.
From just shy of midfield, Newton. That's to McCaffrey, complete. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with it.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Herbert. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, and a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Check. 47.
Newton now to throw. He's going to look. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Look at me, zipper.
On second down, Kamara. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
8-3. My 52, my 52. Hey, Delta. Where's your fight?
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Here we go, here we go. 15.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Set. 180. March 47. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play.
And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Carlson on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They're on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. From the 38, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert looking long for Thomas. incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. Thomas the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Herbert flush to his right. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. Touchdown, Carolina! DJ Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it is 28-0. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. There he goes left side. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On third down, here's Kamara. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
.47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time
one
we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long.
20.
From the gun, Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Harris now to return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
He's got Smith here. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Here we go with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Will Lutz on for the point after. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7.
Makes the score Panthers 35, Saints 7.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And now here is another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice it.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton as his guys continue to pour it on. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
forced out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack. The Saints on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert under pressure again, and down he goes again. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. 3rd and long, it's Newton. Going up top. He's got a man, complete. The 30. 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, Herbert buying time to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill, and defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
Taking a shot for Samuel, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton, and he's got his target. That's more. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Carolina, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home.